video, I'm going to show you how to set up your D2L gradebook using a point system. Now, the first step to this process is making sure that you really do need to use what D2L refers to as the point system and not the weighted system, which is the other main option in the D2L gradebook. You should use the point system if you want D2L to calculate your students' final grades with simple addition. This means that in the point system, D2L will calculate the final or current grade by simply adding up all the points a student has earned and dividing that total by how many points are possible thus far. Just a simple addition and percentage equation. Now, if you need D2L to do more sophisticated calculations than that, perhaps taking individual items or groups of items by various percentages, then you're going to need to use what D2L calls the weighted system instead, and that's a different video. It's also worth mentioning that some instructors do the weighting of their course on the front end, meaning they pre-assign each grade column they're going to use with a number of points that corresponds to its weight, and in this case, even though they actually do have weighted grades, they're still going to use the point system as far as D2L is concerned, because all they need D2L to do is to add up all the points and divide by the total possible. They don't need D2L to do any algebra. Bottom line is, if your grading system looks similar to the first chart on this page, then you're probably going to need to use the point system, and you can follow the steps in the rest of this video. If your grading system is going to look more like the second chart, then you're going to need to use the weighted system instead. Now, note that both of the systems shown in these charts are going to calculate grades in the same way. It's just a matter of organization and personal preference on the part of the instructor. Now, let's take a look at an actual gradebook and set it up to use the point system in D2L. Because the point system is the default format in the D2L gradebook, this is a very simple process. First, you're going to go to the grades area of your course, and then you want to go to the Manage Grades area. And then from here, the first time you look at a course, there's not going to be anything showing up on this area. And just to confirm that the point system is set, you'll want to go to Settings. You'll want to go to Calculation Options, which is the third tab, and make sure that the points radial button is selected. And this is another definition of the point system. It says under the point system, items are given a worth in points. Categories are then weighted by the sum of the points of their child items, and the final grade becomes the total number of points of all the items. Once you've got that selected, you'll hit Save, hit Yes, and then hit Close. And now you'll go back to the Manage Grades screen. From here, you'll go ahead and create columns and assign them to the appropriate number of points. There's another video that's going to show you exactly how to do that, but you can see here what I've created is the sample system from this point system. I went ahead and translated that into a D2L course. And you can see I have participation in attendance, which is worth 100 points. The midterm is worth 250. The final is worth 500. Each assignment is worth 50. If I go to the Enter Grades screen, and then I switch to Spreadsheet View, I can assign my students the appropriate points, and it's going to carry over with the final calculated grade column. And that's all there is to it to set up using the point system in your course. Your next step will be setting up columns and possibly categories to reflect the various columns you want to have in your course.